Thank you for having us. The one thing or tip we would like to say to you all is stay true to yourself, to yourselves. That's the biggest thing that you can do for yourselves and each other, staying true to you.
In today's episode, we are exploring how we all pick up different vibrations wherever we go.
Yeah, can't wait for this one. This is going to be great.
And it might just change your life.
And it might just change your life. Welcome back, everyone.
He just wants to sing, but you know,
welcome back.
Just loves to sing. Like we said, we have been trying to figure out, because today is one of those days where we're not entirely too sure what we're going to talk about. We don't have a list. And sometimes we just sit here and we have a discussion with ourselves until we can come up with a topic to talk about. So the topic today that we are going to discuss is how we, Jayson and I, sense and feel and pick up on the different frequencies around us.
Yeah, energies, frequencies.
Yeah, energies and frequencies, and you may also realize that you also do the same thing, but you don't actually realize that you're doing it. It might just be like, oh, something just doesn't feel right. So I'm going to start off our topic with the fact that we're looking to move.
Which we've said before in other podcasts.
Yeah, we have said that before in other podcasts that we're looking to move, and we actually live close to a shopping centre. And this shopping centre is going through some structural changes. They've added in boom gates and they've extended some of the shopping areas as well, changed things around. And one of the things that they have changed is the time frame of when you have to pay as well. Not talking about the time frame of when you have to pay, but this was all about leaving the shopping centre. So usually I would go one particular way to come home. This time, because the boom gates are there and because the boom gates are so close to the traffic light, like literally meters away from the traffic light, my usual way of having to go home actually takes longer because now there's boom gates that cars have to wait to get through.
Yeah, cars have to wait,
Yeah. So I decided, you know what, there's 3 lanes, I'm going to go a different way and, you know, put on my GPS and just see where the GPS takes me, how I get home. I did this, followed the GPS, took me home. It actually took quicker to get home than usually going down Burwood Highway and then down Scoresby Road because we were going the back way and everything. So I've done this, and as I'm driving through this new area, some of the area I was like, wow, this looks really good. This looks really nice. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, this might be a good option, you know, to start looking when we're looking for a new house. And then as I drive further, all of a sudden, everything just not physically got dark, but everything just got energetically dark and creepy. And I could, from my symbology, I could see giant spiders and spider webs hanging everywhere. And I take that as my symbology of things being creepy, because I actually do find spiders creepy, and I do apologize to the spider race. I do, but for some reason I just find you guys creepy a little. So that was my symbology of the creepiness of where I was driving through after this really good space. And then I kept driving, and then the creepiness would lift a little, and then I managed to get home and everything was fine. And I told Jayson about this, and then I think it was a week later or something like that, we went back to the shopping centre because we had to do something.
Well, last night as well.
Yeah, so we went back another time, and I showed Jayson, we put on the GPS again so Jayson could drive the new way home, because I wanted to see if you could actually pick up the creepiness that I was picking up, because I'm thinking, because sometimes I think I'm going insane, kind of
You're
thing.
making it up.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Paranoia.
Yeah.
Psychic paranoia.
So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if Jayson could pick up exactly what I was picking up, and also in the areas that I was picking up. So why don't you follow on from that, if you can? Yeah.
Yeah, so we started going past the boom gates and said just go pretty much straight, and then just started going through, because it's pretty close to the shopping complex.
Yeah.
To where the new area for us was. We haven't really been down there.
No.
And Alice was like, see, it's pretty nice. And I was like, yeah, it does. It feels more open. It feels more clearer. It's still bloody suburbia. And I was like, yeah, but that is what it is. And then we're going, I want to say deeper, further on towards our house. And then next minute, turn a corner down another street. And I said to Alison, I said, I can feel the difference. And it felt like it was more closed in or more suppressed. And yes, it was still light, but it did appear visually darker. And I could feel the drop of energy or frequency. And she said, yes, that's exactly right. That's one point of the trip home. And it was quite heavy. And then we continued going and moving, further on. And again, exact same point as Alison, I could feel, and it was like, oh, this is creepy too. And then we're almost at our house. So we said it was level 1, level 2, level 3.
Yeah, I think the good clean, or the open space was level 1. And then the creepy place was level 3, or the creepy area was level 3.
Which was next to, was the school level 3?
Yeah, the school was around level 3. And it's not because of the school. Opposite the school is a very creepy house. Like, really, really
it's like
creepy.
a bit of a creepy landmark frequency to help keep that part of the area suppressed and low frequency.
Yeah. What would you call the area that we live in?
I think we called it level 1.
Was it level 1?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'd probably put it maybe between level 1 and 2, because there are interesting things that do happen here on the occasion.
We've done many, many, many podcasts on this bloody area and this house. Nobody else that comes in really picks it up except us.
Yeah.
Because we're just blessed that way.
But it was really amazing. I didn't tell you on purpose of the areas that I picked up, because I just wanted to see if you would pick up the exact same areas, and you did.
Yeah, I was surprised too. It's like here, and here, and you're like, yes, exactly the same place that you got.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just interesting for me, like I said before, moving from, let's say, level 1, the really nice open spacious area, to level 3, and it was just like literally down the road, how different it looked visually. Like you said, even though it was still sunny, but on another visual level, it was actually went from really sunny to really dark, even though the creepy dark level was still sunny. But visually and energetically, we could both see it.
It was dark.
Yeah,
darker.
It was darker, even though there was sunlight. And I know a lot of people out there would probably feel or see something similar, and probably thinking that it's just, clouds or tree coverage, or, something's blocking the sun. But in reality, there's a possibility that they're actually just seeing the frequency difference shift between something that does have a bit more lightness to it and something that actually has a lot of darkness to it as well.
And the same as when we went for a drive, we went to ages ago, to the art gallery. And on the way, Allison's like freaking out on me. And she's like, oh, this is really creepy and dark. And I'm like, yeah, it's not too bad, because it's quite a condensed area with a lot of trees. But as we went through deeper, you could really feel and see the difference. It was quite dark, quite suppressive. And then you were starting to feel sick.
Yep.
And then as we drove out of it, I could feel this relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of spots everywhere, more than what people realise.
Yeah.
And we were looking at real estates with houses and stuff like that, and seeing the photos, we're doing little, not big tune-ins, but just really noticing that frequency with the photos.
Yeah.
And how there's so many houses which are really dark and really suppressed, and because we're really wanting, if we can manifest that, something with a higher frequency, so we can have more flow, because the frequency and everything you live in, your house, your area, your land, all that sort of thing, if it's really got a lot of stuff going on and it's really suppressive and it feels dark and I guess on a level creepy in many ways, it does slow things down.
And I was just getting, it's also up to us to be able to shift the energy. But like you said, if you're in an area that is pretty much surrounded by a lot of denser energy, it takes a lot more energy from us to try and shift it.
Yeah.
Just so that we can have, let's say, a river of flowing energy to come through for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how we've had so many like pipe issues and this issues, and now we've got internet issues, which is connected to communication.
Yep, and flow of energy.
On that level. So we're having like another level of a roadblock for us to navigate through again, which therefore takes our time away from doing what we needing to be doing.
Yeah.
So it's another bullshit game.
Yeah. But going back onto looking at photos, like you said before, I just want to, let's have a discussion on that, because people might actually look at a photo and go, oh, something's just not right.
Yeah.
You know, something's just a bit off. And you guys might be picking up on that, the fact that there is something off on that photo as well.
If you really tap into your feeling when you're looking at that, you can start to feel that there's spirit around, or there's something not right, or there's earthbounds, or there's energetically not right with that house. Not just visually, but you got to really have a feel for it as well, because we're pretty attuned to all of that because of what we've been through. We're a bit, as I said before, paranoid on a level. It's like, got to check.
Psychic paranoia.
Yeah, got to check things out. And it's funny, if you add a low frequency, because I'm getting in my mind, if you add a low frequency, you are going to be afraid. So if you're at a creepy level 3 within you type, let's just say, you're going to be resonating at that frequency for the next time that you're going to be at.
Yeah, which actually we can just bring into the conversation of needing to increase or raise your frequency to be able to step out of creepy level 3. Yeah.
Which is a lot more work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can help with, like your diet will help keeping off the junk food as much as you can. If you can step into a level of exercise, because we're looking at, because it's another thing that we're working on as well, which is not float, is the treadmill.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
That's not being flowing either.
No. Yes, that's so true. Trying to get the treadmill through.
Bloody hoo-ha of that. And it's just from your parents' place. It's not a big deal, but it's big, so you can't put it into a car. Removalist would be easier. So it's another thing, because we know that we step into that, because the walking in winter is really hard, and it's been raining here non-stop. It's been doom and gloom here. I mean, it is winter. Understand that. You don't feel like doing much activity, so we thought, well, we'll just borrow this treadmill, and you know, it's undercover and we can do that. And then I was getting from that, there's energy out there. Again, I could be paranoid, but this is what I felt. Energy around us that does not want us to raise our frequency by becoming a lot more healthier and more fitter and getting back on through the weights again and losing a bit of extra weight, because that will change our frequency. Yeah.
And I have been streamed information like that as well.
Oh, you have?
On a similar level of, you know, don't exercise. Not even don't exercise, but the stream is kind of on a level of either don't exercise or don't move forward, or you might as well just stay here because everything's fine here. Like there was definitely a stream of trying to keep us here, even though there's some energies that want us to leave.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 for all the above.
Well, I can ask you this question. As a psychic development teacher, how can people tune into what their discernment, let's say? What do you feel is a good way of them tuning into their discernment?
I'm needing more information.
Well, for example, like if we just showed people examples of, driving through and they're like, oh, this is creepy kind of thing, or this photo looks creepy, or this looks good, or something's not right here, or this person's going off here, and, that kind of information. Being a teacher, how would you share that kind of knowledge and say, trust your gut kind of thing?
Yeah, trust your knowing, trust your intuition. With the mind energy, just be mindful of that because as you're just being streamed.
Yeah, exactly.
What you think or what you're being streamed, you think it's your thoughts. In actual fact, it's not. And that's why I always say if you know what your thoughts are and what they're not, then you've got better discernment with your thought process and the streaming and what's you, what's not you. So that's a really good start as well. But coming down to like another level of feeling as well, feeling of your body, because the body can be a very good pendulum, and you've done that a lot. Ask questions and your body will move back or forward depending on what the answer is.
Yeah.
So that's another way of doing it. I think being consciously aware is a really big thing about your surroundings and the people around you. How much drama is in your life, how many friends and family in drama, how much of that you are experiencing within that, and that will lower your frequency. Because it is, my understanding with this game, it is a frequency game. Exactly the same when you're playing Xbox. When you get through something, you raise up to the next level, but it does get harder.
Yeah.
In the Xbox game.
Also, sometimes it appears it gets harder here as well. Yeah.
So that's another way of doing it. It's practice as well, and trusting you as well. Trusting you is a really big one. If you want to raise your frequency, you pretty much need to do a detox of people who are toxic.
Yep.
And your environment is toxic. You need to somehow, like your house is really quite toxic, clean that up, shift that as much as you can, and that will help as well. Even down to cleaning out your cupboards and doing all that as well. That will help the flow. So there's quite a lot of things. You'll find that people who are intuitive can just simply ask themselves within themselves, so what is it I need to do to help clear this and move forward? Your intuition, your inner self might say, well, maybe we need to clean this up, maybe we need to do that, maybe we need to release this friend, or maybe we need to cut the drama from our lives as much as we can. Maybe I need to start to go for a walk or get a treadmill or do some weight training or eat a little bit better, just one step at a time. Yeah. And that will help shift the frequency. Because I said to you the other day, and I need to be mindful of this, but I did get in my head, you've got 3 months to shift your energy. So when you do find another house, you need to be at a high frequency to better find something that you would like to live in. Yeah. But you have to be that frequency match.
Yeah. And you're right, you do need to be mindful, because if we limit ourselves to the 3 months, we all of a sudden, that could be the undoing of us as well. So it's interesting that you got 3 months, but
we can use that as
a guide.
Or better sooner rather than later.
Yeah, exactly. Because 3 months is, we're in July now, July, August, September. So around September, October kind of thing. But then again, our lease ends in November. So
but it's just not about getting to that frequency. It's about to hold it as well. Yeah. And that's a really big thing. You can raise your frequency, but it's being able to hold it. And the Matrix game simulation will bring in characters to lower your frequencies, or drama, or say an internet issue, something to come up, which we're discovering now, to try to bring your frequency back down. Yeah. So that's the other part of the game as well.
That's exactly it. And the interesting thing that I have learnt so much from you, that with the whole drama of the internet, yes, I got frustrated, but I have been trying to be very practical and also really trying to nut out, because I'm more of a computer tech than Jayson. I'm really trying to nut out, what if I do this, will this happen? If I do that, will this happen? Will it work this way? Will it work that way? And then we go to the provider, ask them, then we call support, ask them. And pretty much we discovered that there's a tower going down. But I tried to nut everything out first before we actually did that. And it's always good to use practical steps in anything that you do as well.
Yeah. I just want to do a big shout out to Optus.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, guys. There's stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I feel it's a little bit more than just a tower.
Yeah.
We've been discussing about how everything wants to convert to 5G because we're on 4G.
Yes.
So there's all these little games playing out.
Which I do understand. I do. Jayson's more understanding than I am when it comes to this 5G stuff. I think that's just purely because of my interactions with AI in another life, because I understand what's going on, but I do understand that I'm going to have to start thinking about what are we going to do.
Yeah, well, we spoke about when 4G came out, everybody was using 3G, and then 3G just died. And then 4G took over, and now it's 5G, and then eventually 5G will die out, and 6G, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but it just gets worse and worse as time goes on. That's the thing. It does.
So it's learning how to navigate through the different Wi-Fi frequencies.
Which is interesting, and we're talking about navigating through frequencies on an energetic level.
Yeah.
They're both the same thing. It's just that some frequencies just don't seem to be of benefit.
I understand that.
Yeah.
We're not living under a tower. If you're living under a tower, 5G tower, totally different. And that's probably something else that people need to watch out for, not just the creepy energies in the lower frequencies, but if their house is very close to a tower or under a tower, then that's a completely different ballgame.
I'm sorry. I'm just remembering what we also discovered last night with foil.
Yeah.
For some reason, the tower just brought that up for me.
Because we watched a 4-minute YouTube about a guy that had a headpiece on his head connected
To the computer or
to
something.
the computer with his brain waves.
Yeah.
And then he put the aluminium cap on.
Yeah.
And
there was like maybe a small blimp, but that was it. That was it.
Like flat line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. I mean, if people want to, they could start wearing aluminium foil under their caps. I do when I need to, and it does really work. And we just saw proof that it actually does work. I don't know if everyone else is willing to wear.
Well, you can't see it. But it is part of what we're talking about. Just get back on track. What we're talking about is the different frequencies and energies which are playing out.
Yeah.
We are pretty much living in a soup, energetic soup, a frequency soup.
Yeah.
And it's learning how to navigate your energy with that energy.
Yeah.
And come out the other side type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be interesting when we... because also prices of rent has gone up. Because interest rates have gone up a lot. And they're meant to be going up again. And this is just not here in Australia. This is like global. So everybody's putting up their rent. Skyrocket. So rent has gone up $100, $200 a month.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Or $300 in some areas.
Yeah. So you got that also to contend with, which can be a frequency shutdown on a level, because if you can't afford, you might find this beautiful, energetic, area which is beautiful and free and not suppressive, and it's quite clear, and you're not under a tower or near a tower. That might be a very expensive house.
Yeah.
So then you've got options of going back into the level 3 creepy, because the house is affordable.
Yeah.
So it all plays, as I say all the time, it's one massive tapestry.
That's true. That's very true. It's very true for us as well, because we are looking for a house that is more open on an energetic level, that is more spacious energetically, that has more of an energetic lightness to it. Yet we also need to look at our finances as well. Yeah.
So there's a lot that comes into that.
There is a lot that comes into that.
A lot more than what people think.
Yeah.
And if you're in survival, that's another way to dumb you down, because you're in survival, you're not going to make the right choices, because it might be an urgent to move to another house.
Yeah.
Like what happened with us.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well.
We had to move from Roeville to Knoxville.
Yeah.
Because the landlord said, just go away.
And we had no choice. We had to find a house within 2 months because they gave us 60 days.
Yeah.
And we had no choice. We had to find a house, and we went to every single house that we could possibly. I looked for every single house we could possibly look for, and we ended up in this house. And the interesting thing is that it's a number 5, and Jayson's like, oh, number 5 is not. I had a astrology or numerology chart done, and number 5's not really a great number for me. And I'm thinking,
and it's also connected to the pentagram as well.
Yeah. But before we even realised the pentagram story, which we've also done a podcast on before, you mentioned before we moved that the number 5 is not a great number for you. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe we just move somewhere. We look somewhere else. We don't even look at the house. But then I looked at the house and I knew straight away that we were meant to move into this house. And then you came to check it out and you're like, yeah, I'll take this house. But the drama that has followed us, or not even followed us, that has happened here is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So number 5 is off the...
But I also said my thing also that I do is help clear, not just people, but clear land on houses as well.
That's true.
And I said we've been sent to another location to help raise the frequency, because if you can raise a frequency in one house, the land, that emanates through the neighbourhood as well, and it helps pick up the frequency of the neighbourhood. But we're like, too much. We've done 4 years of continuous work and clearing on ourselves and the house and the land, and it's still, not good.
I mean, it's better than it was before, but we just want more flow. Yeah. And we want to live in an area that doesn't feel suppressed as well.
In my mind, I'm also receiving crystals around the house will help with the frequency. You need to program the crystals to help protect or keep a loving, you put it like a love intention and ask the crystal.
Yeah, rose quartz is good for that.
Yeah, and you can have clear quartz do that. And for the negative stuff, you can use black tourmaline. What's the other one Christopher uses?
Shungite.
Shungite is awesome as well.
Shungite with foil in your cap is amazing.
Let's see if anybody's around. I was told there was, but we had to pick a topic for today ourselves before we could have something else, like some support come through. I don't know how that works, but
I don't
it's
know.
like our choice type thing.
Okay, I kind of understand that. Yeah, I guess maybe it's like you guys have to pick it. We're not going to tell you. Could be like, we're not going to be your parents and tell you what the topic is. You're the adults, you pick.
We both do get ideas.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think just because this week's just been really different and we've been working with the AI and the tech and everything like that.
Yeah, it's been really stressful.
Yeah, and work has been crazy as well. So there's a lot of multiple stresses around. So just asking for my true soul group, the wisdom, clarity, the heart space. Anything lower than that, please move forward. I need my true soul group, so I'll start with that. So I sort of got the female coming back, but I've got somebody else behind her wanting to come through as well, so we'll see how that goes.
Suss him out too.
Yeah, because it's male. Though I've shot light, so far so good.
Okay.
But we'll see. Yes, thank you for having us back. We have been waiting for a while, and your playtime has been very interesting with the internet and AI. More for you to learn about yourselves and learning about the different frequencies that surround you all the time. So see this as a learning or understanding of the frequencies around you more on a conscious level. You've been both asked to look at this frequency, which you call the internet, waves, transmissions around you and everywhere, and they always will, you could say, suppress you on many levels. So you're both being asked to just navigate through that at this time until you're back online within the game with the internet. And it's very interesting, you're back in the game. So take this time out to rest a little with the frequencies of the internet before you go back online. And this is a very interesting topic once again, well done to you both. And when it comes to choosing your new home, your new area, you're both right. It is all about a frequency match. As you go for a walk, past many houses on your walks, become conscious and tune in just a little bit, not too much, because that will also attract attention. But you'll start to notice there is many different frequency levels when it comes to each house that you walk by, including the area or areas you walk through. And the parks are not always beneficial because there is a lot of predators there energetically waiting to harvest energy, especially the one that Alison walks through, has been walking through and around for quite a while. And this is why, Alison, you have stopped doing that, because you pick up on all the
creepiness,
the lower frequencies. Yes, you could say the creatures which are there waiting to take energy and to jump on board your frequency. So this is why you have stopped walking through that part of the park in your area. Is this making sense of what we've spoken about today?
Well, it makes a lot of sense with why I've stopped walking through the park and through the lake area and even through the school. I explained to Jayson that I walk through a school on a weekend. I can walk through the school. But even the school has a level of creepiness,
which is next to the creepy house,
to the creepy house as well. If I look at it, if I give a visual, I could almost see a lot of shadows. There's a lot of shadows in that area, and that's just symbolic. I'm not actually sure if there are a lot of shadows. It's just symbolic for me to say that the energy level of that, even the school, even though there's a lot of children around and they've got a lot of energy, a lot of brightness sometimes, that there's still a level of suppression and heaviness there, which is most likely connected to, or the energy from the creepy house has seeped through.
Yeah, well, let's use that as an example as a crop circle. Crop circles meant to hold frequencies. So that's a negative low frequency crop circle, let's say, and that is emanating through that whole area, which is affecting where we live. And it's like, I'm just getting shown like a dome. So every area might have this invisible energetic dome, and it all has different levels of frequencies. So it's a matter of what frequency you are matching to for that particular house or area.
And I have stopped walking around the lake area because of the fact that I do feel like there are predators there. I do feel like there's something that's going to jump out from the bush, and not physically.
No.
But energetically, that there's something that's going to jump out from the bush and, I don't know, grab my energy, suck me dry like a vampire. I'm not entirely too sure. But I have stopped walking in there because of the creepiness of it.
I'm just also receiving, if everybody was conscious of their house or land, and everybody, like all the neighbours, raised the frequency of each their house, that will lift the area.
I'm still getting, table in the courtyard. Maybe one day.
Yeah, to lift, but it's not going to shift. Like, people have to do conscious work to shift their energy.
I understand what you're saying.
And they have to be, conscious of that they're living in a lower frequency.
Yeah.
And look, unfortunately, most people aren't able to do that.
No.
And actually don't care, because everybody's in some sort of day-to-day activity, survival activity, and that's another thing with this game. There's a lot of always drama and stuff playing out.
Yeah.
To keep people focused on that.
Yeah.
Not focusing what they need to be focusing on.
Yeah.
So that's playing out as well. So there's so much to play out, and we're very blessed that we have understanding and a level of intuition and clarity, so we can navigate a little bit more with what's going on. But unfortunately, it does, and it has given us unwanted attention as well.
Yeah.
Because we refuse to be bloody asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
This is crap, and we're going to shift it in our sacred space.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have gone through levels where I'm like, I want to be like everyone else. I want to be normal like everyone else. I can't be.
No.
I can't be, and there are times when I feel like when I went through those emotions of wanting to be like everyone else, it's almost like saying I want to be like everyone else and be the same like everyone else, which could be one particular color, but in the end, I'm not that particular color. I'm all colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to, trying to make yourself asleep, but you can't be asleep anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, you've taken the red pill.
Yeah.
It's a bit late for the blue pill.
Yeah.
And saying with that, baby, is why would you want to be like anybody else anyway? You need to be the true best you.
No, I understand that. I feel like it could be a trauma from a past lifetime. It could be childhood trauma. Not even trauma, just, feeling left out sometimes.
Well, you said that you had understanding that in one particular lifetime you were thrown out of a tribe. So that would have been a really big hoo-ha, which is in your cellular memory.
And it's, you're having to be brave enough to move forward without that support.
Yeah, because...
And figure it out yourself.
I mean, I know today is important, but back in that time frame...
It was very important.
It was very important because if you were kicked out of the tribe, you pretty much were told that you're done.
Yeah. Because
that, strength in numbers and looking after each other. So that has played out for quite a while.
Yeah. That would be why I feel very emotional when I do see strength in numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But an individual can make a change.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you just build up your own tribe that is at the same frequency as you.
Yeah. Oh,
or similar too.
Absolutely.
So everything's frequency based, everything's energy based, everything is operating and has its own thing going on.
And everyone, and I mean everyone on a level will pick up on an energy shift whether they realize it or not. Yeah, I reckon every single person. Doesn't matter if they're conscious of it or not. They're like walking, they're like, oh, something seems a bit different, or they could be at work and they're like, oh, that person doesn't feel like they normally do, or it might be like, oh, that room seems a bit off, but that it's not like they don't realize it consciously, but I feel like everyone has done that at least once in their life.
I feel that female intuition with you girls is quite good. You naturally have that inner knowing or intuition being a female, so I feel that girls, women know that there's a creepy guy around. Girls like, oh gee, he's a bit creepy. It's like, yeah, he's a bit creepy, don't go near him. So you all have that intuition when it comes to energy, more so with that type of thing than I guess the surroundings.
Yeah, and you're right, you can tell the level of energy from a person to person sometimes, even without actually being conscious of it as well. Because I'm remembering one of my customers that I've never ever seen before. I told you about with the money, and I knew something was different. I just couldn't figure out what it was until after I spoke to you about it, and you're like, yeah, you just picked up on his dodginess. Yeah, but I just knew something was off. I just couldn't figure out what it was in that exact moment.
And then he manipulated you with money.
Yeah.
So I think you called him we said he's a mind pusher. So putting stuff into your head to jumble up the money, so he was able to get free food and get change. So at the end, he got free food and his money back. He bought, let's say he bought a pie or something like that. That was like $5.40 or something. He gave me a $20 note, and I did the change, and I took out $10, but I had two $10 with me, and to me that seemed very normal. And then I gave the change back to him, and he asked me how much was the pie, and I said, oh, it was $5 or something like that. And he looked at the money he had in his hand, quickly folded it up, and then he was gone. And then only afterwards, I'm thinking, I think I just gave him all his money back plus a profit. Yeah. So in total,
I gave him like $4 extra and he was gone. But I picked up on something wasn't right. I just couldn't figure it out until after I spoke to you. So then again, people picking up on something just doesn't seem quite right.
And you need to go with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Same as a job as well.
Yeah. It's like something's just a bit off. I don't quite understand what it is, but maybe just follow that intuition.
And that's when you step more into your personal power, which is important now.
Yeah.
More than ever before.
Yeah.
Very, very important. So, yeah, using intuition, being more conscious of your surroundings. So it's going to be an interesting journey for us when it comes to creating a new space to live.
Yeah.
And our frequency at the time as well, and stepping out of if there's any dramas that come up, stepping out of that much as you can, as you talk about neutrality, trying to be more neutral with that as well. And hopefully this conversation has been helpful for people, because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff, and it may seem like we're going back and forth, which we kind of do, but at the end of the day, it does all tie into being able to pick up and sense the different frequency and energy levels that surround you.
Do you want any questions? You want to ask any questions? I'll just go back in.
Because I touched on the subject of looking around.
Being conscious.
Being conscious. Anything that you want to know of?
Not at this time.
Anything that they have to say?
Yeah, I'm getting something about keeping go into it. Yes, another tip when you go into life, make sure that your auras, your energy fields are close to you. Don't go out very open and exposed. You could say naked. Make sure that your energies are closer to you, so you are less. Yes, we are using the word target or more exposed, but for what is happening within this game scenario, your lives, it's important to keep yourselves a bit more closed or protected. Still be nice and friendly. We are not saying this not to be that, but we are saying just keep yourselves conscious when it comes to protection, and keep your aura, just intentionalize your aura coming closer into yourselves, and this will be helpful as well. And if you can, we spoke about this before, be as neutral as possible. Step out of any drama that is happening around you, because there is characters that will be sent to you to test you on that as well. We have spoken to you all about this before. And when it comes to the right house for you, it will all depend on your frequency and your state of mind and your state of heart, and you'll be tested on that as well. Especially you, Jayson and Alison, will be tested on that. So you'll both need to work together as a team, step out of the drama as much as possible, be neutral as much as possible, navigate as much as possible, and you will create something more beneficial and more positive in the near future. But this will all depend on you both, and those of you who are listening today, this goes for you as well. We advise that if you are in toxic environments with toxic people and you would like to move forward, you may need to look at those characters or those friends or family within your game and move yourself out of that so you can move forward. But as humans, you do love drama, and you do get addicted to the drama and negativity at times. So it's up to your choices to take yourself out of that if you desire to move forward. If not, this is perhaps your learning to help you grow and move forward later on your pathways. Another interesting topic, conversation. And is there any questions that has come up for you, Alison, as we have been speaking?
No, not at the moment.
Joy and happiness you would need to create for yourselves as well, doing things that make you joyful and happy. We understand that there's a lot of heavy, dense energies around, and it's challenging to move through that. You are both lucky that you have each other and you're on the same page. This is very helpful. If you are in a relationship or partnership or marriage and you're not on the same page, not working as a team or partnership, things will become very, very challenging. So you need to get things in order and bring up the love frequency and the communication within your relationships, your partnerships, your marriages, etc., working as a team, working as a united tribe to create what you would like to create and live in more of a joyful, harmonious reality. It is possible. Very, very possible. It does take work and time, but it is possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I didn't think of that one.
Which one?
The relationship and partnership, like the...
That's a very good point. They also made another interesting point about, because we always tell people, you know, to move forward and to always be neutral and things along those lines. But there was one point that they brought up to say that if you maybe being part of the drama is what the person needs to understand and experience. And I just wanted to express to people that even though we say step out of the drama, but also at the same time, if it's up to you, you can take what we say with a grain of salt. If you want to move forward, then do the steps to move forward, you know, help yourself, but also realize that maybe it might be something that you need to learn out of it.
The same as example, being in a low frequency house, it's a possibility you have much learning to do in that house, like what we've needed to do.
Yeah.
And we've learnt, the silver lining is we've learnt more tools, become more conscious. There's things that we didn't even know existed.
Mind you, we have kicked and screamed because, you know, we didn't know the bigger picture of what was happening.
But the beautiful thing with us, we've kept being united as a team and a partnership. Yeah. Because a lot of energy since we've been together, we've talked about this, trying to keep us apart.
And that is a very big story, which I don't know if we'll actually share that, but it's a very big story on its own.
And we've just kept working on ourselves and each other, keeping up the love frequency and appreciation as well for what we have. And because we've always been on the same page, we still have different views and different perceptions, which is great, but we talk about it and we appreciate each other's perception and we just bring it together and see what works better or not. So that's really been really great too. Not a lot of people have that, I feel. Yeah. So we're very blessed with that as well.
And you are right. That was a very good point about the relationship side of things.
And that also goes to the relationship. If that partner in your life, you know, got a lot of stuff going on, that could also be a reflection back to you again about, well, that person's reflecting that part of you they may need to look at as well. So again, going a little bit deeper. So you might start needing to look at yourself so much with you working together in unity, then paying out on your partner or your wife or husband or whatever, girlfriend, boyfriend. So take it back to yourself as well. So that's helpful. So it's a very big, there's a lot of branches on the tree which are, you know, gone out there, what we've talked about today.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We have reached out to many different subtopics, all under just about, you know, driving through back home and picking up the different levels of frequency or energy in the areas that we've been driving through.
We just never know what's going to come up in conversation when we sit down and just have a little chat and see what comes to mind. And then have another true perception come through. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share with today?
I just feel like I just want to tune back in and just see quickly if they want to say anything. Thank you for having us. The one thing or tip we would like to say to you all is stay true to yourself, to yourselves. That's the biggest thing that you can do for yourselves and each other. Staying true to you. And to you, Alison, you're a magnificent being, full of love and light. You do not need to be like everybody else, because the moment you do that, you are not true to your magnificence of who you really are.
Thank you.
Until next time, everyone, we send you lots of love, blessings, clarity, Goodbye for now.
Goodbye. They almost made me cry.
Yeah, I felt the heart
Yeah.
go boom.
I'm like, Alison, don't cry. Don't cry. You got makeup on.
Yeah, because we don't need to be like everybody else. We just need to be the true us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know me. I've been a blubbering mess of emotions.
Only a little.
I watch shorts of dogs and the waterworks my heart just opens and I just cry. I can't help it because I just love dogs.
Because I look
so
around
much.
and I'm thinking, oh, she's crying again. Baby, what are you watching? Doggies? And I was like, we've had a discussion on this. You got to calm down on that. You're funny.
And there's only dogs and I'm crying. I'm bawling my eyes out.
Yeah, because on a level, the dogs are here to share the love frequency, and it's just they're there to help you keep your heart open.
And it's just like the playfulness of them and
Yeah, carefree.
Yeah, and I am literally bawling my eyes out because my heart is so open and I love them so much. And Jason's like, okay, no more dog watching for you.
It's like just keep it balanced.
So yeah, I had to control the crying or the tears when they spoke about me being me.
Yeah, and that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Oh, that we all can do.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could feel the emotion,
Yeah.
the heart from it.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt that too. Yeah. And just another thing for everybody listening out there, we are working hard on putting uploads every week, but because we've had some issues with time, it's funny because we did a podcast on creating time, and now the internet has been playing funny buggers. It's a possibility we can't upload every single week, but we'll do our best.
Yeah.
Just to let everybody know.
Yeah.
Give everybody heads up. Because we love doing this every week, and we're really putting out there that it's a positive energy that we're putting out, and our perception as well. So, yeah, just giving you guys heads up. We'd like to say goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We hope that you gain some gold nuggets from this episode today on if you sense something is off, then it might actually be off. But if you sense giant heart space and you happen to watch shorts of dogs and you start crying, then just know that it's a good cry.
Yeah, it's a good cry. Well, thank you for tuning in, watching, listening, and we'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.